We're always hearing about cool new discoveries about planets and stars, but have you ever thought about what lies beyond our solar system? Like way beyond.
It is mind-blowing to think about, right? What about objects that formed around other stars? Far, far away.
Exactly. And every once in a while, these interstellar travelers, they actually swing by our cosmic neighborhood.
They do. And sometimes those visits, well, they can really shake up what we thought we knew.
They really do. And a perfect example of that is Oumuamua. Back in 2017, astronomers caught sight of this object zipping through our solar system. And let me tell you, it caused quite a stir. So what was it about Oumuamua that had everyone so baffled?
Well, it definitely didn't look like your typical comet. Like, not at all. There was no tail.
New tail.
No. And that classic comet tail, that streak of gas and dust, it's kind of their signature, right? But Oumuamua was just different.
Okay, so no tail. Definitely strange. But there was something else about its movement, wasn't there?
Right. It didn't move quite the way we'd expect based on the sun's gravity. It was almost like something else was nudging it along.
Okay, now that is seriously weird.
Yep.
So we've got this object, no tail, moving strangely. What could possibly explain it? Enter dark comets.
Dark comets. And this is where things get really interesting. Picture a comet, but it's shrouded in shadow. It's still made of those comety things, water ice, frozen gases, the whole shebang, but you can't really see it.
So a regular comet, it gets all lit up by the sun as it gets close, right?
Mhm.
The ice vaporizes, creates that glowing tail.
Mm-hmm.
But with dark comets, that whole process is somehow blocked.
Exactly. It's a bit of a mystery still, but there's this idea that cosmic rays might be the culprits.
Cosmic rays, those high-energy particles zipping through space.
Those are the ones. Now imagine these cosmic rays bombarding a comet over millions of years. They could actually alter its surface.
Alter it how?
Well, they might create a kind of insulating shell, and that shell could be what prevents that whole glowing tail from forming, even if the comet is releasing gas and dust as it gets near the sun.
Wow, so they're like stealth comets. No wonder they're so hard to find.
Exactly. They're faint, they're distant, and often they're moving incredibly fast. It's like trying to spot a firefly in the dark that's decided to do a flyby past a speeding train from miles away.
That is a seriously tough challenge. And to make matters even worse, our telescopes, they aren't exactly designed for this kind of cosmic hide and seek, are they?
Not really. I mean, Oumuamua, that was pure luck, really. Right place, right time, and bam, we saw it. But what if we could scan the skies specifically for these interstellar visitors? What if we had a telescope up for the task?
So that's where the Vera C. Rubin Observatory comes in. This thing is going to be a game changer.
Oh, yeah. It will be. Absolutely. It'll be up and running soon. And it has the potential to revolutionize how we study these interstellar objects, especially those sneaky dark comets.
And this observatory, it won't just be looking at a tiny patch of sky, right? It's going to be scanning the entire southern hemisphere.
Every few nights, imagine that. The amount of data we're going to get, it's mind-boggling. And within that data, who knows how many more interstellar objects we'll find? Hundreds, maybe even thousands.
Okay, now that's what I'm talking about. But this isn't just about satisfying our curiosity, is it? Understanding dark comets, that could help us answer some pretty big questions like, how did life even begin on Earth?
And that is a question for the ages. And you might be thinking, dark comets, life on Earth, what's the connection? But it's actually a pretty fascinating link.
So spill the cosmic tea. How are dark comets potentially connected to us Earthlings?
Well, for a long time, the going theory was that comets, the ones with the flashy tails, they delivered water to Earth billions of years
The
ago.
comets, those dirty snowballs of the cosmos. Makes
Well,
sense.
yeah, it seems logical. But then scientists started analyzing the water, looking at its isotopic makeup, and there was a problem.
A problem? What kind of problem?
The water in comets, it didn't quite match the isotopic signature of Earth's water.
Ah, so like a cosmic mismatch. So does that mean the whole comet water theory goes out the window?
Well, not necessarily, because now we've got these dark comets, their composition. It could be the missing piece of the puzzle.
So these shadowy, elusive objects that are so hard to find, they might hold the key to understanding of the very origins of life on our planet. Now that's what I call a cosmic mystery.
It really makes you wonder, right? Like, were those crucial ingredients for life? Were they delivered to our doorstep by these cosmic ninjas, these dark comets?
It's a pretty wild thought. And it just goes to show you, the more we learn about these interstellar objects, the more we realize just how connected our solar system is to well, everything else out there.
Exactly. Each one of these interstellar objects, it's like a little snapshot, a glimpse into the incredible diversity of what's out there beyond our own little corner of the galaxy.
It's like receiving a message in a bottle, but instead of a bottle, it's a chunk of ice and rock that's traveled, like billions of miles.
Billions, yeah. And each one has a story to tell. Now, we've talked about how difficult it is to actually find these dark comets, even with all the fancy tech we've got. But what if we could, I don't know, get a better understanding of how they form in the first place, where they come from?
Okay, so like origin stories for dark comets.
Yeah.
Where do we even begin with that?
Well, the current thinking is that they probably form in the same cosmic nurseries as regular comets.
Which is?
The outer regions of star systems, way out there, far beyond where the star's heat can reach. It's cold, it's dark, perfect conditions for those volatile compounds, water, methane, to freeze solid.
Ah, so it's like a giant cosmic freezer out there.
Mm-hmm.
And over time, all that frozen stuff, it clumps together, forms these icy objects.
Yeah.
Some become comets, some become dark comets.
Exactly, but then the question becomes, how do they get flung out of their star systems and end up on our cosmic doorstep?
Good question. Because they don't just, like, decide to go for a joyride.
Yeah.
Right?
No, not quite. The most likely scenario is gravitational interactions. Giant planets in those star systems, they have a lot of pull, and sometimes that pull can send these icy bodies flying out into interstellar space.
Like a cosmic game of billiards.
Sort of. And then these objects, they just drift for millions, even billions of years, carrying with them these remnants, these little pieces of their original star system, preserved in their icy hearts.
It's incredible. They're like time capsules, just traveling through the vastness of space.
They really are. And if we can unlock the secrets hidden within them, who knows what we might discover? I mean, we're talking about gaining a deeper understanding of, like, the building blocks of planets, the conditions present during the formation of entire star systems.
It's like having a front row seat to the formation of, well, everything.
Yeah.
Including our own little corner of the universe.
Yeah.
And here's the thing that just blows my mind. We've been talking about dark comets and their potential role in, delivering water to Earth, but their significance, it goes way beyond our own planet.
Oh, absolutely. We're talking about the potential for life beyond Earth. If these objects are carrying water and organic molecules to other star systems, well, who's to say what's possible?
Other worlds, maybe even teeming with life as we know it, or life as we've never even imagined it. The possibilities are
Endless. And dark comets, they could be a major part of that story. By studying their composition, we can start to piece together a picture of where those essential ingredients for life might be found throughout the cosmos.
So it's not just about finding dark comets, it's about understanding what they represent, what they can tell us about the potential for life to exist elsewhere in the universe.
Exactly. And that search for life, it's one of the most fundamental questions we can ask as humans, right? Where do we fit into this vast cosmic tapestry?
It makes you feel pretty small, but in a good way, Like we're part of something much, much bigger.
And who knows what other incredible discoveries await us as we continue to explore.
It's like we're standing on the edge of something really big here, Like dark comets, they could be holding the answers to some of the biggest questions we've ever asked about the universe.
It's true. And the most exciting part is we're just getting started. Every time we find one of these interstellar objects, it's like we're getting a new piece of a giant cosmic puzzle.
And who knows what the finished picture will look like, right?
Mm.
I mean, what if there are even more incredible objects out there? Even stranger than these dark comets. Stuff we haven't even imagined yet.
Oh, I'm sure there are. The universe is full of surprises. That's what makes this whole journey of discovery so amazing, isn't it? We just need to keep our minds open and our eyes on the sky.
Because you never know what you might find out there. So as we wrap up our deep dive here, what's the one big takeaway you want our listeners to remember about dark comets?
I think it's that sometimes the most unexpected discoveries, they come from the most unlikely places. These dark comets, they're faint, they're elusive, but they could hold the answers to some of the most profound questions we have about ourselves, really. Where we come from, the possibility of life elsewhere in the universe. It's all connected.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? And that's what we love to do here on the Deep Dive. So next time you're looking up at the stars, remember those dark comets zipping through the darkness?
Yep.
They're out there carrying their secrets, just waiting for us to unlock them. Thanks for joining us.